Hey, folks, it's Tuesday, y'all. It's about time to do what we do. From the West Coast to the East Coast and everything between, folks. From the eve after dark to concerts in the park, you are live with your boy, the godfather of West Coast hip-hop, your man, Lonzo Williams, and my partner from across town, Gemini brother in love. What's up with you, Dusty One?
My man, how you feeling today?
Man, I'm doing real great. Got feeling with both hands, and it's gonna be on and cracking today, Doc. I've got another segment for it. I got another segment for back in the day. I'm gonna take you to taking a little tour of my audio vault. So yeah.
Oh hell yeah! Oh, that's gonna be dope, man. I'm glad you. Yeah.
We're gonna step some things up around this camp.
I love that, man. I love that.
Just a little something. All right, what we got today, man?
Good stuff, man. A lot of stuff to talk about. The world is going crazy. Lonzo, let's jump right into it because this story is pretty much hot off the press. And we talked about it for a good length of the show last week. But things are just getting worse and worse for Travis Scott. 120, this just within the past hour before we just started the show, 125 fans are filing a $750 million lawsuit against Travis Scott, Drake, Apple, and Live Nation. Is this the end of Travis Scott's career?
Nah, not at all.
Okay.
Not at all. First of all, they always come at you with some big ass numbers. You know, anytime you negotiate with anybody, tell you go high, you can always go low. You can't go higher. So, you know, people, I'm quite sure some people are going to get some nice checks. I hate saying it like that. Some people are going to get paid, especially the victims of people who actually passed. You're going to get some back injuries, some neck injuries, and you're going to get some hustlers, okay? Situation like that right there, you don't know who is who, and sometimes people start passing out checks just to get rid of the nuisance cases, because you'll find some cases won't be nowhere near as serious as the ones that the people who actually died in that incident, in a situation, but people have broken fingernails and eyelashes is broken, you know, glasses got broke or something like that, so I'm not saying that's all of them, but you're gonna find some of those, and then those will go away first. And but again, like I say, the attorneys, they're always going for the big money. You got a lot of big money there, man. Live Nation's worth a lot of money. Travis got a lot of money, so Drake got a lot of money. So you got a lot of people that could write some significant checks in this situation. So why not go for the big bucks and see what you can get?
Okay, that makes a lot of sense.
I've been in lawsuits before. Before. Oh man, I had one guy sue me for $250,000. I gave him $3,500.
And he was happy as hell.
I gave him $3,500 just to cover legal fees, and they left me alone.
Damn.
And here's the bad part about it. Like I said, it's a nuisance case, right? When it's a nuisance case, you know the guy ain't got no. You know he don't have a case, but the lawyer would take the case. Larry Darker would take the case, okay, and just to get you, it's like having a fly somewhere around your head. You're trying to get rid of this goddamn fly because you're getting paperwork and bullshit. And then you got to go hire somebody, and you start talking to them, and even the lawyer know the case ain't worth nothing, ain't worth anything. But because you know, hey man, I got I offered him 25 and said, look, I can't take 25. I can probably take 35. All right, I'll do that. And he took it in payments. So damn, you know. Dude. That goes to show you it wasn't that serious, and the lawyer had to get his money and make himself look good.
Damn, man. Well, Travis Scott's losing a lot of money. Just this week, he turned down a one-off concert in Dubai for $5.5 million. This dude's getting $5.5 million for special shows overseas. This is the messed up part, Lonzo. The Kardashians reportedly edited him out of their reality TV show because I don't know if you know, but he is dating one of the Kardashians, or not the Kardashians, but the younger one.
That's how he got famous. Because, dude, I've heard of this dude in passing. I never heard one of his records. Is he a movie star? I don't really know this dude, man.
No, he's actually a decent artist. He's one of the more decent musicians.
I mean, I've seen, I've heard a lot about what he's done. But, you know, for me, for somebody to register in my radar, you know, Bruno Mars, I get that, okay? $5 million for Travis Scott, I don't get that. You know, I know Drake don't get no $5 million, does he? Okay.
These guys get some bank. I mean, he had a McDonald's deal with McDonald's where they had a special Travis Scott meal. He has Yeah. So I don't know. I'm saying I know there are people who will pay crazy prices. So Drake is probably maybe.
Yeah, Dubai is one of the places, man, where you can get super dollars. Money is no object. When you got gold toilets and Ferraris that's getting that's rusted away in lots and shit, hey, man, ain't no big deal. $5 million ain't no money. Yeah, it's a couple of barrels of oil. What the hell?
Yeah, man. Yeah. So we'll keep an eye on this situation here. I just hope everybody gets, I guess, what they came for.
But you know what though? I got to say this, man. You just made he was involved with one of the Kardashians, correct? Like you just said, right?
Yeah.
Man, that Kardashian curse something else.
Man, there you go.
The Kardashian people keep talking about that Kardashian situation, but man, most cats don't walk out of that situation healthy. I mean, come on, man. This is real talk. What they like 5 for 5?
Lamar Odom, Kanye. I mean, they all had their own.
Everybody, when you leave, it's not a. I don't know what they put on your ass, but boy, whatever it is, Reggie Bush. You don't make no more baskets. You don't make no more baskets. You don't throw no more footballs. Your record, this shit just don't go right no more, man.
Yeah,
it is what it is, though, Doc.
Yeah, man. Well, let's talk about a couple of things. Actually, I want to talk about something you mentioned last week, and you asked me to remind you about this on a future show, and I feel like no better time than the now. You mentioned in our last show that you wanted to talk about the Freak of the Week show when you got arrested.
I didn't get arrested.
Oh, you didn't get arrested. Okay, the Freak of the Week show. I don't know how. Yeah, I don't know how I added arrested to that, but
no, back in the day, man, we did these contests, and we had prop lock contests, all kind of contests, and one of the big records back in the day was Knee Deep, and she's the Freak of the Week, and we had, even back then, man, girls did some wild stuff. Twerking wasn't around, but we had some girls that was kind of prehistoric twerking. They had some nice butts, and they did something almost like a twerk, but it was a lot more rhythmic. It wasn't so much gyration. It was more of a Hawaiian / Eastern type move they did with their butts, and it was really, really sexy. And so I decided to do a Freak of the Week contest, with basically just what the girls could do, blah blah blah. Well, this thing, most of my contests to make them work, make them more profitable, I would drag them on for about a month, and I'd give away 25, and for the grand finale, I'd give away 100, whether it be a rap contest or whatever. And the Freak of the Week contest had built up something terrible, man. It built up to be a pretty hype event. And the second week, the third week before the finals, these girls came in with bikinis under their clothes. They was bikini down, and the club went crazy. This other girl, she was like the challenger by herself, okay? And at that time, I was showing cartoons and movies on this sheet by the stage, because if you put a sheet up against a projector, you can see on both sides. One side is playing correct, other side's going backwards, but nobody really cared because it was no big deal, no way. And man, so I'm standing by the stage, by the sheet, and the first girls do the bikini thing, and rumor was this girl was going to do some major shit. Okay, I didn't know what it was. I had my back turned, and the crowd just roared, "Oh shit!" I turned around. This chick was butt naked.
Ooh.
Ass naked at Eve After Dark on the stage. So I scared the shit out of me. It was ass everywhere. I snatched the sheet off the little pole I had, wrapped it around her, took her in the office, and hey, what are you doing? I come to win. Yeah, you win. Here the money is, okay? Now, I gave her the money. I gave her the money on stage. Took her and got her back to the office. What are you doing? How you gonna do some shit like that? Blah, blah, blah. So she left with the money. I think it was like Monday. I get a call from the Carson Sheriff Department. It was the what you call the people that do the not the bunko, the ones that do all the prostitution shit.
Sting. Okay, I got you.
Yeah, it was that department. Okay, that department. Mr. Williams, yes. This is Detective so and so from the Carson Sheriff Department. I understand you run a teenage strip club.
Ooh.
Huh? Man, dude, I am like, officer, what are you talking about? Well, we understand you paid a young lady $100 to get naked in your club Saturday night. Huh? No, wait. This is what happened, and now here it is. He got the facts, but he don't know the story. Okay? He got the facts. The fact is, girl got naked. I gave her $100, but it wasn't what it sounded like. Okay? And I find myself in a lot of situations like that. Okay? Yes, I did this and she did that, but this is what happened. So he said, yes, yeah. And as I'm quite sure you know, I run the teenage nightclub is contributing to the delinquency of a minor, a felony in the penal code, so and so and so and so. And we can, pending the investigation, your arrest may be imminent. Huh? Hold on. I said, what happened? Well, the girl got raped. She got raped shortly after that situation. Okay, maybe like Sunday night, something like that. And the guys who who sexually assaulted her said that they saw her at Eve after dark and she got naked, and I guess they figured they was good to go. And I'm like, huh? She says, yes, there's a gentleman here. Said the young lady got naked at your club. You gave her $100. I guess they figured she was a prostitute of some type, blah, blah, blah. I said, officer, let me tell you what happened. And I explained to him what happened, okay? And it took me a lot of talking to convince him, look, man, I don't do a teenage strip club. I had a dance contest, and I turned around, and the girl was naked. Why'd you pay her? She won the contest, okay? She won the contest, okay? I didn't pay her to get naked. I didn't pay her to get naked, but it wouldn't, the crowd, what she did was actually the freakiest thing of the week, and the crowd went crazy. And we have a crowd participation is how we get our winners, and obviously the crowd participated on her when it came time to pick a winner, and I gave her the money and told her to leave. And after, I don't know, man, about 35, 40 minutes of talking and doing all kinds of stuff, he finally did this report, and he didn't find me liable. And I never got arrested, but that just put a real bad Vice Squad. That's what it was.
Yeah, Vice Squad. There you go.
Vice Squad put a real fear in my heart for doing contests of that nature. That's real talk, Doc.
One little thing like that could ruin you. And here's something else. Going back to the Travis Scott thing, because I wanted to bring this up. It should an artist be, because this is something I never thought of. As a promoter, I understand you have some sort of liability. As an owner, I understand you have some sort of liability. But as an artist, I didn't know you had that much liability. And it's kind of scary that, you could perform one day and then something happens in the crowd and now you're liable for it. Is this opening the door for a lot? You know what I mean?
See, a lot of this is suspicion too, man. Depending on what the artist did, okay? It depends if did the artist directly incite this situation. Did he tell people, come to the stage, come up, move up, blah, 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 I want y'all closer. People do that kind of stuff. It all depends on what he did within the first, maybe that 5-minute period. Did he actually incite that? Was he throwing money and people was trying to get to the money? If he was throwing, coins or dollar bills or whatever, trying to get to the money, you could have a problem, okay? If he was throwing something of any kind of value, because I know we used to always throw out records back in the day. We throw out records and stuff, right? Well, one guy got hit in the head because he throw a record high enough, when it comes down, it's coming with some velocity. And guy got hit in the head, and he wasn't messed up or nothing, but it dazed him. But he was just so happy to get the record, he didn't trip, okay? But the promoter made him stop throwing records because the next person might not be that cool, okay? So depending on what the artist did, it's not his responsibility to actually control the crowd, but he can't incite the crowd. You see what I'm saying? Because he's doing the show. You don't know what. When you're on stage, man, you can't see nothing. You hear. That's why you got monitors. That's why you have, ear monitors and stage monitors. Unless somebody is communicating with you, all you hearing is the music in those headphones. Until somebody on the outside tells you, "Hey, Travis, shut the show down. We got a problem." he gonna keep doing what he do and being under the instruction from the promoter. Nobody can shut the show down but the promoter. That should take some liability off of him. And again, they're gonna still they're still gonna try and come from the human nature part. Hey man, you saw somebody in trouble. If he didn't see that person in trouble, or if he saw some over here and realized somebody was, because I heard there was some medical attention being given to somebody over here, but something over here was even going even more severe. So if he saw something going over here and didn't know something was going on the other side, again, you got to understand the heat of the moment. So I'm looking to see how this is going to pan out, because again, you got a lot of big names, a lot of big money, and you got some vultures that's hovering, dude. The vultures is hovering, okay? And that's basically what you're dealing with right now. The hovering of the vultures.
Yeah. And I guess what I'm thinking is it sucks that I understand the part that you can be liable for something you did do, throw a CD, whatever, tell people to, come get this money. But it seems like now you're being liable for something you didn't do. You know what I mean? He didn't. That what they're saying is he didn't do anything. And so I don't know. It's a crazy situation, man. But let's move on. Something I want to talk. This has been some shit. When I saw this, I couldn't believe I was actually reading this. But then again, I was like, it's 2022 almost, so it makes perfect sense. Brass artist Sophia peeing on one of her fans. What's next, man? Is they gonna be doo-dooing on people on stage?
I'm take a shit on somebody's forehead. You watch my word. Somebody go, or grab like the monkeys at the zoo. Somebody go zoom monkey somebody, take a duck and throw it in the crowd. Man, look here, dude. Janet Jackson, Super Bowl, Justin Timberlake, wardrobe malfunction. This woman pulled her pants down in front of the entire audience, squatted over this man's face, and took an elusive piss. I mean, a serious piss, okay? A beer alley piss on this man's forehead. And I heard about the Twitter apology from the band. Nobody stopped her. Nobody tried to stop her. I'm trying to understand, is it because it's the white girl that got away with it? Because I don't know. I think if Megan pissed on somebody, or Cardi pissed on somebody, it'd be a whole lot of more press on this, man.
Right. Be careful with that. Be careful with that P word too, because YouTube hates that word, and they will get our shit.
You know what?
It's all good.
I took it off my because I had that on my thing at first too.
Of not to say
on the title. I said, I'm gonna change that. Okay.
Good call. Man. Yeah.
But yeah, Doc, if I do believe,
I agree.
Cardi or Megan or one of the other sisters with some melanin in their skin did the same thing, it would be a whole lot bigger story. It'd be, oh my God, it'd be on Fox News, it'd be all over the place. But because she was a nice blonde girl and just she did I remind me of a chick I saw at Eve After Dark one time after the club closed. She was squatted down. She had shit running all down the gutter of the street. She had leaves floating and shit, okay? And this dude was under there. I don't know who he was with or what he was on, but he was having a good time. And she told him to get his motherfucking ass off the stage. I'm like, damn, if that ain't some S&M shit, my name ain't Lonzo.
That's crazy.
But how do you do that? How do you do that? How do you do that? Okay. And I heard about it, I had my unknown sent me the video, and I'm like, damn, she actually pulled her pants down and took a massive piss in a man's face. I'm trying to figure out,
there's a law or something against that in there. That's think if a man pulled out his dick and peed on a chick on stage.
Do that. You could do.
Both adult, yeah. Mm-hmm.
You do. You can't do that, man. That is one of them situations, man, that I don't get it, dude. If a dude pissed on a woman, he would still be in jail. Ask R. Kelly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Even if she was an adult, he'd still be in jail.
Okay. Mm-hmm. A man could not do that. Man, come on, dude. But again, he volunteered his ass under there. But if a woman volunteered, man, every woman's group in the world would be on his ass. Could you imagine that? But because it was a female and she did it to a man, it was just, oh my God, look. Okay. And this, okay, next. We're gonna send out an apology. The band sent out an apology tweet. Yeah, our lead singer decided to take a whiz on the man's forehead, but we apologize for it. We had no idea she was gonna do that. I'll see y'all this next show. She ain't getting sued.
Nothing.
And if there's something happened, please let me know. If anybody heard something different, please put it in the chat room.
You know what, Lonzo? Someone just reminded me of an artist, because I'm a big music nerd, all genres. But there was a big punk artist back in the day, and I'm curious if you're familiar with the name G.G. Allen.
No, I'm not familiar, but go ahead.
Okay. When you get a chance, I'm going to send you a documentary there's an hour documentary on YouTube on the last moments of his life. It's so interesting. But Derek Mallory just brought up that G.G. Allen, and this is all on video. And he was a punk guy back in the 80s, 81, 82. He would literally poop on stage, wipe it up, and throw it at people, and chase them around with it, and give dudes BJs on stage. Oh, G.G. Allen. Punk. He was performing in the raunchiest of the punk clubs back in the day. I'll send you but a lot of people know G.G. Allen. Comment in the section if you know G.G. Allen. Derek Mallory for sure knows about him. Okay. So they were doing that weird shit back in the 80s, but it wasn't that mainstream, obviously. There were probably 30, 40 people.
See, back in the day though, wasn't no social media.
Damn.
Wasn't no social media. If you wasn't there, it didn't happen. Okay. And if you heard, and when nobody carrying cameras in their pockets back then, and you might have got videotape from the club, from a security camera, or somebody might have videotaped it just for the club purposes. But back then, wasn't no social media. Okay,
that's right.
And if something happened, and nobody in the club wasn't complaining, and the thrower and the recipient, the receivers of the shit didn't file a complaint. No big deal. It was all private. Okay.
That's right.
That's right. It's private. It's a public-private place, something like that. It's private party, public play, whatever the case may be. But yeah, homegirl, that what she did. That was an interesting, man. And I'm just trying to figure out what's the next level.
Crazy. But the thing you said that stand out the most is if that was someone of a darker skin tone, maybe on the hip hop side of things.
Come on, man.
It would be the biggest story of the year.
Man, it'd be huge. Okay, talk about some wet ass pussy.
Yeah. Oh man, isn't that crazy that we can't say PISS, but we can say nigga 90,000 times without getting struck? But that's a whole other story.
Dave Chappelle, that's all he mentioned. That's all he talked. That was his whole point. Okay, man. You can say some stuff and just you get shut down immediately, and some things. Okay, you don't complain. I'm not gonna complain.
Yep. Well, let's move on to something, man. I want you to brace yourself for this one. Just when you think the stupid, it can't get any more stupider on this program. Casanova 2 times, whom we've talked about a few times on this show. I'll give you a real brief reminder. He was arrested for drug charges. Him and the Gorilla Stone Nation, popular rapper from New York, unemployment fraud charging. He was doing that EDD scamming, and he got arrested last year. Well, he has a new charge as of this week. He's recently been charged with attempted murder. Apparently in October 2020, he was standing outside of a club taking pictures with fans when someone, a Crip, approached him for throwing up the blood sign because he is a blood. Casanova then replied with, "You want to die tonight?" The person was soon after they're shot in the stomach by an associate of Casanova. Now here's the kicker, Lonzo. Prosecutors seized his phone, and that is where they found text messages of him boasting and bragging about the killing.
You can't. This digital evidence that these brothers create to get themselves prosecuted, he didn't shoot the guy per se, right?
Nope, he didn't. His associate did, but they were bragging back and forth.
He took credit for it, though, right? He took credit for it. So basically, he called the shot that got the man shot. That's what it sounds like to me. He may have put it in the order to get a homie shot. Now that he's dead, you got a case.
Yep.
You got a case. Okay. And it's just and dude is still befuddles the shit out of me how these dudes. Don't you realize these phones they number tracking devices? They digital. They track your phone calls, your conversations, especially a text. You've been better off calling somebody and telling them. At least they don't record that part yet. Okay, I'm quite sure they do, but they probably couldn't. They probably don't let you know it. But when you put a text, even when you erase it, it's still right there in the universe. It goes no place. You erase the text off your phone, it's still out there in the digital landfill someplace. Okay, so and come on, man. This is the part. You got all these guys that just want to be associated with. It's like they can't wait to go to the penitentiary, man. It's like they got to go to the penitentiary to get some validation, okay? Or they have to be considered a gangster to get some validation. And as long as y'all shooting each other, you ain't got no problem. Mess around and let the bullets hit somebody else other than one of us. That's when the shit gonna start.
Yep.
Okay, as long as you're shooting each other, nobody don't give a damn. Just gonna arrest that son bitch, bury the other one, and lock his ass up and bury the other one. But let y'all mess around there and shoot somebody that don't look like you and see what happens.
Yep, buried under the jail.
Under the jail, okay? I'm watching Homeboy. The judge is trying this Kyle Rittenhouse case. This judge is doing everything he can to give Homeboy. Aubrey gave him a pat on the back, man. I'm like, damn, Yana. You know he was 17 without underage to have a gun, and that's the first charge you dropped. How the hell do you do that?
America the Beautiful, man.
How you do that? You're 17 years old with the firearm, got pictures of it, got the guy who bought the gun for him, but the first charge you drop is a minor being in possession of a firearm or whatever it was. I'm like, man, this shit is really obvious, man. It's getting kind of obvious, Doc.
It was kind of obvious when he just killed somebody and he walked up to the police and they told him to get the fuck out of my face, basically. Now, you think if a black dude walked up to a police car and said, I just killed somebody, they'd be like, get the fuck out of my face?
I thought he got a bottle of water,
though. They were handing out water to, like, the protesters and people like that. So they didn't specifically say, here's some water. There was just police and people out there handing out water. He happened to get a water bottle that night.
You got a guy with an AR-15 walking down the street in a protest, and you don't know what his intentions are. Because he's white, he gets to keep it. That didn't happen to Tamir Rice. 12 seconds, he's dead. Toy gun. 12 seconds, gone. 12 seconds. Out the car. Before you can even make a real analogy of what's going on, just shoot him and get it over with. He's black, he got a gun. Like, I can get away with it. And did. Okay, so
there it is.
White 17, somebody that left home, had no business down there whatsoever, crossed state lines, drove 2 hours to get to go protect property that was not his in the middle of a riot with his mom and a friend, and inject himself to a situation they want to claim self-defense. Dude, that's some creative shit right there.
Everybody out that night, he went there looking for trouble and he got it.
He found it.
He went looking for trouble. Period. He didn't go. Yeah, he went. Yep, and there it is. He's in the worst position anybody could be in right now.
Man, come on, dude. Come on.
Yeah, man. Gotta love America, man. Because if this was a black dude who shot 2 black people, this would not be a story. But anyway, let's move on, Lonzo.
Let's move on, Dusty.
Kodak Black. We've talked about Kodak Black before. Kodak Black is bragging. He's the one who's always smiling in his pictures when he's in jail, just like he's having a good old time behind bars. Oh my God. He just bragged about having 6 abortions. Talk about these rappers sticking their penises inside girls reckless and how that can get very expensive very quick.
Well, you know what, man? That's something I got a lot of opinions on that right there. I'm gonna try and keep them brief. When you ask a woman to get an abortion, you're asking a whole lot, man. You're asking for a whole lot, dude. And I understand some folks, some of these women use that as a means of birth control, okay? But there's nothing to brag about, man. That just shows that everybody in this situation is irresponsible. 6 abortions, I'm an old Catholic school kid. I got my personal thoughts about that. But there's just some things you just don't brag about. Ignorant son of a bitch, okay? There's just some things you just don't brag about. And again, man, you got cats this social media thing, man, has made people just say and do anything to be trending, dude. He's gonna get a lot of attention for saying that, dude. Some people going, yeah, that's right. Get off with their heads. I know some guys used to say that kind of shit back in the day. Off with their heads. But other people's gonna give him the blues behind that. And this a lot of this stuff is done for clout chasing, man. It's true, but it's messed up on the same tip. Okay, I don't know if it was all six different women, or just one woman multiple times, or a couple of women here, a couple of women there. But anyway, man, no matter what it is, there ain't nothing to brag about, fool.
Yeah,
ain't nothing to brag about.
And if you're a woman who lets him stick his penis inside of you after you're reading this news today, then more power to you, and you get whatever comes to you.
Well, you got some women, man. They see a cat like him, and they figure he got some money. That's an 18-year annuity payment, dude. And they'll take that chance. And he might have been smart and say, you know what, I ain't giving you no money long term, but I give you some money right now to get rid of it. That could be the deal, man. I'm not paying. I ain't paying no child support, but I give you $5,000 right now, $10,000 right now to get rid of it. Okay. I mean, you come on, man. A child support for a guy like him. I don't know what his income is, but it could be. I know guys that's paying $3,000 or $4,000 ain't got nowhere near his kind of money. Okay. And you got 6 of them, and you talking about maybe $18,000, $19,000 a month, depending on how the judge feel, how the girl feel. Man, come on. I don't know what the Florida laws are, but I know if they're anything like California laws, 15% of your gross income is what you got to pay for child support in California. That means if you make $100,000, not after taxes, it's before taxes. So that means you're paying $15,000. If you're making $100,000 a year, you're paying $15,000 in child support. That's about $1,200. That's about $1,200 a month. It's about $1,200 a month. Okay.
Ouch.
And that's it. I don't know what Florida. I think he's from Florida, right?
Yeah.
I don't know what Florida laws are. Florida could be a little rougher, could be the same. I'm not sure. But if it got anything to do with a percentage of your income, and he's allegedly supposed to be pretty wealthy, oh, dude, he need to start cutting. He need to either get a vasectomy or cut some deals real fast, because he could be passing out a nice chunk of his income for 18 years or better. But you can't tell them nothing because they have a. I mean, understand this. Homeboy, a little on the ugly side too, man. he probably got to buy it in the first place. Okay, come on, man. He remind me of something I used to see on the side of one of them old slave.
Exactly.
Bottles of whiskey or something.
The pickaninny, just the tap dancing coon.
He always remind me. You better watch. We can't say that either on YouTube, man, because I said that before. And they flagged me for calling him up. I called him a pickaninny. They got mad at me. So
are you serious? Damn.
Oh, yeah, they got me for that one time. So
okay. Ah, damn, man. Yeah, man. You said something earlier. You said people will say and do anything to trend. Did you see the picture of Kid Cudi wearing the wedding dress at the 2001 CFDA Fashion Awards this past week?
I passed by it so fast. I get tired of the guys men in dresses, man.
Did people, like mainly rock stars or things like that, did people do things like this for shock value back in the day that you remember?
I mean, Dennis Rodman.
Or maybe can you name? Yeah.
Dennis Rodman did stuff like that, okay?
Right. Even before then, though, maybe like in the 60s, 70s, early 80s.
You had guys like Flip Wilson. He had Geraldine. And, these was characters. I ain't never seen Flip Wilson wear a dress to the NAACP awards. No, I can't say that.
Elton John would probably be a good example, right? Maybe Elton John.
Elton John's flamboyance was not because he was gay. That was his style as a performer. Okay? It wasn't about him being gay. That was just his style. He got glass pianos and chandeliers and stuff. Him and Liberace, both of them. He was like the rock and roll Liberace. Liberace, his whole thing was flamboyance and grand shit. Glass pianos and diamond this and big diamond fingers, and everybody knew what he was, but his flamboyance had nothing to do with his sexuality. It was a part of his show. Okay. And just because he was gay, nobody cared about that because that was it. The boy could play a piano. Same thing with Elton John. In his he took what Liberace did and brought it over to the rock and roll world. I never seen him in a dress like that, but he always had the big glasses and the funky pianos and the big diamonds and whatever. So he kind of bit off a Liberace, just like Little Richie bit off of James Brown, and James Brown bit off of Joe Tex. So there's always some biting going on, but it never was the sexuality of the artist. Never was the primary reason for him to be flamboyant, and that makes a difference. Gotcha. That's why guys like that they they may not have been liked for homophobic people, but they were cool because they didn't flaunt that situation in them. We never seen them with their significant others. Okay, we just saw the man play a piano. Okay, and we liked the way he played that piano. He was the piano. He was what he was. He was Benny and the Jets. Come on, man.
Yeah.
Come on, the piano man is the other one.
Oh shit.
Don't get it twisted. Now, I almost said piano man to somebody else. Billy Joel. That's piano man.
Billy Joel. You're right. Yeah.
Yeah, it's Billy Joel.
Yeah, that's right.
But Liberace was Benny and the Jets. Not Liberace, but Elton John.
Elton John.
Benny. Elton John was
That's
Benny
a cold
and the Jets.
song too.
Come on, man. Come on.
That's a cold song.
We didn't care who made that song. I heard it today on the radio. Funny shit, we talking about that. I heard it today on the radio, man. Yeah, we love Benny and the Jets, man. We didn't care about that right there. You know, he saw us. Don't give a damn. I like Benny and the Jets, and that's how we always treated it, man. It wasn't until social media came around, and then things got a little twisted. It became the sexuality became more the focus in the music. That's why I said the antics of today's artists is more important than their music.
Yeah. Well, let's get to some questions for about 10 more minutes, and then I want to get to your back in the day segment. This is a nice one, so we'll get to this one first. Compton Girl said, Godfather, if you could start your life over again, is there anything you would change, or are you good in life where you keep it as it is?
You know what? I've been asked that a few times. Aside from need always, like anybody else, could use a few more dollars, I'm a pretty happy camper, man. My personal issues things that I don't like in my life, I might have changed. I might have did some things differently, but not a whole lot. I mean, I haven't. If I work hard, it's because I choose to, not because I have to. No, even when I had a job, I never traveled more than 5 miles to my house. I don't know what it is to be in traffic, and I learned at an early age that working on the freeways was not something I wanted to do. I learned to work with my head, not my heart, with my back. So no, baby, you know what? I'm pretty cool. I can go anywhere I want to. I don't need no bodyguards. I can fly anywhere I want to. I got to pay for it, but I can go where I want. Do what I want. I don't have any enemies that I know of. As in today's society, being my age, that's a hell of a thing. I can apply for anything I want. Don't have a felony. That makes a big difference for a black man who's been around as long as I have.
And listen to that. All you kids are doing dumb shit at 20, 25, 30. And when you get to 60, things like that are important. Signing the document saying you do not have a felony. Things like that.
Dude, not having a felony. I know people that got bullshit felonies that have degrees and can't get jobs because man, they can't get jobs because they got felonies. Okay. Well, I sold some weed back in the 70s. I don't care. It was a felony. Okay.
Yeah.
And that's how you get disqualified. That's how you start on the spiral, start spiraling out of control because you find yourself limited. You limit yourself to what your opportunities are. I don't have any limits on my opportunities. Okay. There's no limits on what I can or what I want to do. Nah, I ain't mad.
Amen to that, homeboy. Easy Steve, and thank you so much, Easy Steve, for always giving us some good questions. I know nothing about this, but he says, "Hey Lonzo, Eazy-E's stolen, missing, unreleased music is potentially worth millions. Why isn't anyone still looking for them?" Do you know anything about that?
No, I don't.
Yeah, I don't either. Never heard about that.
That reminds me of that song. What was that song? One of my favorite movies, old 50s movies. This rock and roll guy, he died, and he had this album they were looking for. Nah, man, I don't know about that. And all they're gonna do is if somebody gets it and it ain't owned by Tamika, it may be good as an NFT or as a collector's item, but you'll never hear it. You'll never hear it. It will never be released because all they'll do is tie it up in court. She'll claim ownership, and somebody spent a bunch of money for something they'll have in a private collection. It better be the bomb too, though. It better be the shit for millions of dollars.
So anything with Eazy-E. Let's say I had a small radio show back in 1993, and I just happened to have Eazy-E on my show, but I never released it, and it's been in my vault for 25 years, and I decided to release it in 2021, and it's just me interviewing Eazy-E. Would I have to get Tamika's permission?
No.
To the best of your knowledge?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. Radio interviews are public. I mean, we're on public airwave. It was recorded on public airwave, whereas an album was recorded in the studio, and he's contracted to Ruthless as an artist. So anything he does as an artist, that's not as an artist, that's just as a interview. So it makes a big difference.
Gotcha. That makes a lot of sense. Please hit that like button, everybody. It really helps out the algorithm. I really appreciate it. Like button and the notification, the bell button right there, so you can.
If you have not subscribed, please do. I'm trying to get to 12,000, man. Dusty got me almost doubled. You at 20-something thousand. I'm trying to get to 12 now. I'm trying to get to 15 by the end. I ain't gonna make it by the end of the year, but I'm trying to get to 15,000 real quick, folks.
We'll be there, man. Hit that subscribe button and share the show, man. If you got a Facebook, if you got an Instagram, share the show, please.
We were growing so fast before COVID, man. It was like I was picking up 1,500,000 people a month almost, dude. And COVID, I don't know whether the algorithm changed. We was growing like a son of a gun.
Yeah.
You just So anyway, yeah, folks. If you like what we're doing, I'm dropping some real shit. I'm not dropping no bullshit. I'm not here to talk about who shot John. We drop some real grown man experience, grown folks experiences here. So yes, please, if you like what we're doing here, people in the I get a lot of good comments from the show. Please share the show with other folks and turn them on to the channel. I'd appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Buckshot L64 says, how did y'all come up with the name World Class Wrecking Crew?
Wrecking Crew was the first name. Wrecking Crew, my company was called Disco Construction. Okay. But I had guys that work with me, and one of my buddies saw the guys working one day, and he says, hey man, if you Disco Construction, who was they? The Wrecking Crew? And I liked that. So I kept Wrecking Crew. And then when I got to Eve After Dark, Wrecking Crew became like the Playboy bunnies to the Playboy Club. You know, that was if you was rode Eve After Dark, you hung up the Wrecking Crew. That was the fellas. And the Wrecking Crew got more popular than Disco Construction. So I just dropped Disco Construction altogether and started going with the Wrecking Crew. And then I converted the Wrecking Crew into the recording group. But when I found out we got into the recording part of Wrecking Crew, we found out there was a group out of Detroit called the Wrecking Crew. And they did a lot of songs they were like a house band for a couple of record labels. And we got a cease and desist order for the Wrecking Crew. This is 1984. In 1984, also, the Olympics were jumping off in LA. And everything on the Olympics, world-class runner, world-class swimmer, world-class sprinter. So I called my lawyer and I said, hey man, if I add the word world-class, the term world-class and mess up the spelling, would that be sufficient? Because by this time I got stuff out of this Wrecking Crew. And if you look at some of my old records, I think Flights and Surgery was under the Wrecking Crew. And if you see that's pre-world class. And he said, yeah, if you add world class and drop the G and spell crew with a CR, with CU, you good. CRU, you good. And that's what I did. That's how you got World Class Wrecking Crew.
Gotcha. Derek says, did y'all see DJ Yella of N.W.A. was on B-Rose Dr. Green Thumb podcast today? I'm going to take it a step further and say, did you see DJ Yella's interview right here on Alonzo's channel?
Yes.
If you haven't, go to the search button, type in Lonzo Williams, DJ Yella, and the interview will pop up. And I guarantee no dig to anybody else, but I guarantee you'll enjoy the podcast or the show that he did with DJ Yella right here on this channel. Easy Steve always comes with some stuff, man. He always emails us too, personal shit. I think he's like some sort of Eazy-E like private investigator or something. But he says FBI. He says FBI files say Eazy-E suitcases full of dats were stolen out of Eazy's Benz when he was in the hospital, and leads were saying they were in Canada. Okay, I know. Dude has sent us some stuff, and it's been pretty interesting. So keep up the good work there.
Keep it up, Doc.
Well, want to get into your back in the day segment?
Yeah, man. You know, today I was thinking about. I told you guys I was gonna go take a little tour through some of my places where I store my tapes.
You can take me off the screen if you want to make it a.
One thing about these tapes, man, having the tape like Easy's. If you got the tape, that means you own the record company. And I own the record company, and I did a lot of stuff. I'm gonna take a little tour. I didn't edit it, so it get a little dark or a little bumpy, whatever. That's because it's real shit. And can you hear it, Dusty? I don't know if you can you hear it. This is me. If just in case you can't hear it, I don't know if you can or not. You should be able to. And I'm under my house where I keep all my tapes at. These are masters. These are 2-inch masters and 1/2-inch masters for Wrecking Crew stuff. These are the tapes that made history. The 2 inches for the big reels, 24-track recorders, and the 2 inches are the actual masters. You can see McCullough's name on some of the stuff here, folks. That's where it went when it got pressed. I'm just digging through the crates right here, just showing some stuff that's this is you got to be a real boss. Puffy ain't seen his masters, Dre ain't seen his masters, and God knows how long. Most of the time, when an artists have these things are done, they turn them up to record companies, and the record company stores them in a vault. That didn't happen here because this is Triple OG, and that's what we do. I found a tape today I've been looking for a while. I'm kind of doing this because I don't know if you can hear me or not. Just making sure. These are all the 1-inch masters or 1/2-inch masters. I'm sorry. Compton's Most Wanted's in there. Mike T's in there. And that right there is KC004. That is Wrecking Crew's album. The stampers for the album. The actual stampers for the album. Nobody gets stampers but the people that own the labels. Okay. Nobody gets stampers. This is Cabbage Patch instrumental, Cabbage Patch House Calls, and Must Be the Music instrumental masters. I can take that to have it digitized and do it all over again. But I already got it anyway, so it's all good. So yeah, folks, this is a cool, dry place under Zotown Studios where I keep all the tapes, all the masters. You got to keep them in a cool, dry place because if not, the glue on the tape will dissolve. Also, you're looking at flaming and homegrown, all the masters for all that right there as well, and a bunch of goddamn wires I got in my studio. I got some wires for your ass. So yeah, folks, we just took a little tour. All right, Dusty, come on back in, join the show, Doc.
Love that, man.
Were you able to hear
yeah. We heard everything.
Well,
I was sitting back eating my popcorn while you were talking.
I got one more for you too, folks. We're going to the garage now. Hold on, we're going to go to the garage, folks. You're going to see a few of my private things right here in the garage.
Go ahead and put it back on full screen.
Oh, okay. These are more mothers, more stampers, more quarter-inch masters. All those are stampers from Xerox. If you go to YouTube, you're gonna see Xerox. People put them on YouTube long before I realized YouTube existed. But the OG behind that, those mixes are made by Dr. Dre, Yella, Mike T, and some more folks. That's what they call a stamper, TK006. You got to have stampers. You got to have a mother. You got to take a mother to make a stamper, and that's how you make records. Xerox 5. Okay, this goes back to 1982. CD inserts. You got to be a boss to have CD inserts. People don't know nothing about this right here. And CDs were still popular. Then I had another project I used to do called Dope Tracks. Let me find one right quick. Yes. I sold those to the prisons. Last 100. Turn off the lights. Original case. Last. That's it, baby. When they gone, they gone. But I got the plates. Every once in a while, folks, gotta let your nuts hang. Every once in a while, you gotta let your nuts hang. They be fucking with the Godfather. They don't know who they messing with. Ain't nobody that ever tried to clown me can go in their garage and pull out what I just pulled out. Ain't nobody can do that. Okay, Dre can't do that. He ain't never tried to clown, but he can't do that. Puffy can't do that. Jay-Z probably can't do that. Okay, that's how much history I got in this music game, folks. From Xerox to Dope Track to Crew Cut, Techno Cut, all those were my labels. All that came through me. That's why I'm the Godfather, folks. And hey, that's what it is. And every once in a while, I get a little, not really pissed off. I do get a little pissed off because folks be trying to, well, you ain't this, you didn't do that. Okay, nah, I may not have rapped, but I made it happen for a lot of people, folks. And that's why I'm the Godfather. Dusty, go ahead.
That's right. Yeah, man. So let me put my hip hop nerd hat back on really quick. You mentioned the Cabbage Patch. I grew up in LA, Long Beach specifically, and I remember that was a song that I would hear quite often from the older cats. Now, was Cabbage Patch based on the dance, or did the dance influence the song? Because the Cabbage Patch was a popular dance also, right? Obviously.
You know what? We only created one dance. That was the Fly. Cabbage Patch was kind of coming. It was coming, and we just, we.
So it had nothing to do even with the dance. Okay.
Well, we did the Cabbage Patch, but it was like it was coming. We saw it coming, and we jumped on it. So we kind of met it. Okay.
Gotcha. Okay.
We didn't create it, but we just made it more popular with the song Cabbage Patch. Same thing with but the Fly was a little bit different. We actually created. We was trying to bite off of Jesse Johnson, Free World. And also create a new dance, just like Morris Day did with the Bird. The Bird is right here. This is the Fly.
Pretty.
Love it. That was the Bird, and this was the Fly. So by that being, we were just following the trends of the time, man. One thing I will tell you about people in the record industry, I don't give a damn who it is. They're not creative. They copy the shit out of everybody else. If you're not in the studio. If you're most executives in the record industry only want to copy what's hot. They have no sense of creativity. They don't understand being next. Most time, most artists that become prolific, they got turned down up their ass. They got turned down thousands of times before anybody actually got to their asses, okay? Because what they were doing was so unique, they couldn't compare it to nobody, so they didn't want to give them a deal, okay? And very seldom do very seldom do somebody get an artist the first time out. And if they do, that's some rare shit. Or if they get them, they just get them because they like what they represent so much that they figure they can be a trendsetter and they'll throw the whole bank at them, try and blow them up. But most of the time, when an artist, especially with this black artist, because we always shifting the paradigm from time to time, and we shift the paradigm. People, they doing what now? Nobody was checking for N.W.A when they first came out. Come on, man, to keep it 100. Wasn't nobody checking for them. They said nigga, they said they said bitch. Oh, hell no. They wasn't checking for them. And once something happened, the whole world start checking for them. It's as simple as that. I just seen it too many different times, okay? People wasn't checking for world-class record crew when we first came out. But then, oh, damn, they the shit, I like them. And even the record company we were signed with dropped us after the first year, and we came back with our biggest hit. They didn't believe in us. They didn't know how to market us. So if you don't sound like somebody else, it's real hard for them to find a way to label you. And especially when Wrecking Crew came out, we were singing and we were rapping and singing. We had rappers singing and the girl doing. Now that was unheard of, especially for California.
Let's keep it 1,000. You're doing what they're doing right now. You know what I'm saying? You were doing that.
What they was doing right now.
40 years ago.
Yes. Okay, we had girls we had the hook, we had girls singing the hook, and we had background singers doing different things on different albums, and that was unheard of. Y'all rappers and singers. Man, we some fusion motherfuckers. We do all kind of shit. Okay. And I even got a blues song, Wrecking Crew Blues, okay, on my CBS album. All right. So, that was the time we came up and, we just did so, we did so much. And it just made it difficult for people to be followed sometimes. And record companies, sometimes they only have urban market, rap market, or R&B or soul, country and western. And if you cross any lines, you throw a rich monkey wrench in every goddamn thing. So be careful.
There it is. Let's start to wrap it up. Before we do, Marlon Cozy, Moncho Campbell says, is that the same garage N.W.A recorded at? Just wondering. It's not, right? I already know that.
No. Let me tell you about the garage. I bought my house from a blues singer. That garage used to be that's why my garage used to be a rehearsal room. And if you look on the walls, you see all those spots on the walls. And I moved in that garage. It was all kind of soundproof and stuff on the walls. And we took it off. That shit was glued on with some serious ass glue. So you got spots on my garage got measles and shit. I just never took it off because I don't, that's my storage space. But my house, where I'm sitting at right now, is where everybody recorded at. I still sit in that house. This studio right here is where everything happened at. And I can't even. I'll take you for a tour of the studio next week, folks. Okay.
That's a great idea. Yeah, that'd be a good idea. Do that. Please do that. Please do that. That would be dope.
I got one more video I'm gonna bring on right quick. Video from my commercial for my event coming up. Got to put this in the video in the feed, folks. Yes, I'm doing the showcase. I have a TV channel now, Roku channel. It's designed for new artists. If you're a rapper, you're a singer. I'm shooting 4 episodes, December 15th, right here in Los Angeles. I still have room for some more acts. It's a artist-sponsored event. Yes, we don't have a sponsor yet. It's only $150 for a slot, $250 for a platinum slot, and that right there gets you 2 songs and an interview and the gold slot. The gold slot is 1 song and an interview, but the interview is probably the most important part of the show, and I'll tell you why in just a minute, folks. If you want to give me a holler, 424-256-9211, or go to my website or go to my Facebook page or my Instagram, Real Homegrown Media Network. Either way it go, folks. You know how to do it. All right, folks. That's what's happening now. That's what's happening, Dusty.
I love it, man.
Trying to make it happen, man. Trying to make something happen, man.
Yeah,
I gotta give artists with something to say a platform. Okay, There's enough platforms for nonsense already. If you're an artist, you got something to say. Because I know for a fact there's about to be a change in hip hop. I know it's coming. I feel it. I'm around too many cats. I'm around too many badass artists with good shit to say, but they're getting overshadowed by the bullshit. So once again, your boy's gonna step up and solve a problem. My old man always say, if you want to make some money, find the problem and find the solution and fix it. You'll always be all right. Dusty, go ahead.
I never met your old man, but I love him, man, because he drops those jewels onto you, you drop them onto us, and we drop them onto the future generation, and that's how we just keep the crazies from taking over.
Keep the crazies from taking over, folks.
Man,
we got to go. Man, the hour go by fast, man.
It does, man. I enjoy this, man. I really enjoy this, man. What you got coming up on Thursday before we go anywhere?
I got to go to Vegas tomorrow for a quick turnaround trip. I don't have an artist, a guest for Thursday. I got a guest I'm talking to right now. He said he might be able to do it. I don't want to say just yet, but his daddy was Easy E. Anyway, if
I just saw him on another podcast, so hopefully he does.
I hit him up today. Hey man, how you gonna do that and ain't do your boy yet? So anyway,
there you go.
He's gonna try to pull it off. If something falls through, we'll be on the show. I'll know hopefully by tomorrow.
Cool. All right, man. Always a pleasure, man. Do your thing.
Much love, Dusty. Much love. All right, folks, from the West Coast to the East Coast and everything between, folks. Thank y'all for watching Lonzo, the Godfather of West Coast Hip Hop. And my man, Dusty Vision. Check us both out. Don't forget, y'all, to like, share, notify. Like, share, notify. I got to go. Peace.